Welcome to Sponsor Is Travels. In this video, I will explain to you how our partial work visa sponsorship works, the requirements, how you can get qualified, and the step-by-step process to start processing your work visa with us today. I have also listed different requirements for each of the countries that we offer. I will also provide an answer to different questions that you may have in mind. And these questions will help you to make better decisions. So to fully understand how our partial work visa sponsorship works, the requirement, and how you can get started today, you need to follow this video to the end. Just take your time to listen and watch this video to the end. I am Frank from Sponsor Is Travels, and we offer partial work visa sponsorship to eligible applicants. So what this means is that we offer half or partial work visa sponsorship to eligible applicants. You as an applicant who want to travel abroad will need to qualify before we can offer you this partial work visa sponsorship. And it is partial because you are going to make a contribution. You're going to make a payment or initial payment. And before you do any initial payment, it is a requirement and mandatory that you qualify and you meet our criteria. Now you may be wondering, what are the criteria? What are the requirements and how can you qualify? There are two criteria. The first criteria is country-based criteria requirement, which means you have to qualify for that particular country that you want to travel to. So you have to go through the details of the particular country you want to travel to see if you meet the requirement. Then if you meet the requirement, that's the first stage. The second stage of the qualification is physical assessment. What that means is that you will have to visit our office for a physical assessment. You may be wondering, why visiting our office? Why physical assessment? We understand the industry. We have been here for over 2 years, and we know that a lot of persons who want to travel abroad have had bad experience one time or the other. So we cannot ask you to send us money online, and we never do that. So we want you to come to our office, visit our office to make a better decision. We know that when you come, you'll be able to meet us in person. You will know where we are. You ask us questions, you get responses. You'll be able to make better decisions before you make any payment to us. We are not saying come and make payment to us. No, we are saying come to our office. I know you may be skeptical of, are these people genuine or not? That is the reason why we are saying visit our office. Then that will give you the opportunity to get confidence in us to decide whether to work with us or not. And we encourage you to come with your lawyer if you have one, or you can come with a friend or someone. They say two is better than one. That will give you more confidence to make decision. And at the same time, because we are going to make a contribution, we are going to add money to your own money to sponsor you, which when you travel and start working, you begin to repay us. We also want to know you, because just the same way that you cannot just by knowing us online and while you are at home send us money to start processing your visa, you would like to see us. That's the same way we also would like to meet you, because we are going to sponsor you. We want to know the kind of person we want to sponsor. We want to know your character. We want to see if you're a physical person. We want to ask you questions. We want to know if you meet the requirement for that particular country, and also if you meet the sponsorship requirement, because our sponsorship has its criteria and requirement which you must meet before you make a deposit. But if after the assessment you're not qualified, that is the end of it. So whether you have your money initial deposit or not, as far as we see you are not qualified, either due to character, due to experiences you have given to us, due to your responses, due to your physical person and everything, we're not going to sponsor you. So it's not about you, because the money we're going to spend is going to be more than the one you're going to deposit. And at that time, you have not made any deposit. It is when the assessment is successful that you now be required to make your deposit based on the country. So as I mentioned before, even as you are coming, you can come with your lawyer if you have one, or you can come with somebody else, maybe a friend who can be there with you, so that you can, have a better view of the thing. The question now is, how can you start? How do you start? There are 3 steps for you to start processing your work visa with us. The first step is check the detail of the country of interest to know if you are qualified. So you choose a country, then you take your time to go through the details to know if you are qualified for that particular country. Then if you are qualified for that particular country, the next stage is to book an appointment to visit our office for a physical assessment. So check the comment section on this video. You will see a link. You will see a link on the comment section, or a phone number on the comment section. When you click the link, it will take you to a form to fill. That form will enable you to visit our office. Take your time to read through the form. Then fill the form appropriately, correctly. Choose the day that you know you'll be available to visit our office. Don't choose the day that you know you're not available. Then that is the second. The third stage is, if you get the date of your appointment, please visit our office for a physical assessment section and pass your assessment. So these are the 3 stages. You choose a country and make sure you're qualified for that particular country. Then you book an appointment by clicking on the link on the comment section, or WhatsApping the phone number on the comment section, and visiting our office for a physical assessment and passing your physical assessment. Now, let me take you through the details for each of the countries that will offer partial work visa sponsorship to know if you are qualified. And you can select a country, then book an appointment and proceed. We have different countries we provide partial work visa sponsorship on. We have Canada, we have Australia, we have Luxembourg, we have Ireland, we have Croatia. These are 5 countries among a lot of countries of the world, over 100, and right, these are under 5 countries. So if you want to travel to other countries, apart from the one I listed here, we can provide you our partial work visa sponsorship on it. Do you understand? Because these are the countries we have success rate, high success rate. So that's why we concentrate on these countries. Although the countries change, we can remove some countries here and add some countries. Initially, we were doing UK, we were doing Germany, we were doing Qatar, we were doing Italy and all of that. But now we have removed some of those countries. We are doing Kuwait and all of that, right? So looking at here now, I'm going to show you details for a particular country. So when you're looking at a particular country, you know whether you meet the requirement or not. And I will explain some things there for you. Now, this is Canada work visa partial sponsorship. Here we have available jobs. You have cleaners, housekeeping, sales assistant, construction laborers, warehouse workers, kitchen assistant, drivers, plumbers, electrician, caregivers, stylists, and all of that. And here you see, or you can list 3 jobs you can handle. So if any of the jobs you can handle are not here, you can list 3 menial jobs you can handle. And you're going to list that when you're booking your assessment. You're booking your appointment to visit our office for an assessment. That's a place where you put those 3 jobs. So if the ones you can do are here also, all you need to do is select it and put it there. So that's what. So you now may be wondering, what does this Canada partial work visa sponsorship includes? What does the package includes? The package includes 5 years work visa, flight ticket, which means we are going to process your visa. We are going to pay for your flight ticket, your airport pickup. The airport pickup is when you get to the destination country, somebody comes to pick you from the airport to your accommodation, right? So because of that, so we are going to provide accommodation for you also, and job placement. So we're going to get job for you, and we're going to process the visa, which is documentation and all of that. That is what the this partial work visa includes. So when you make your initial deposit, this is the services you will get, right? So you now may be wondering the salaries. What is the salary for the job? Your salary is dependent on how many hours you can work per day and how many jobs you do, right? Salaries are paid weekly, not monthly, but it is calculated based on how many hours you work per day in a week. Then you are given that amount. Now, the processing time, how long does it take us to process Canada work visa? It is between 4 to 6 months. I know you may be wondering in your mind, this is too far, right? Yeah, it is not too far, although sometimes the visa comes before 4 to 6 months. But we are giving you the maximum time that the visa can come so that we don't have much pressure from you. Because based on experiences, we have seen that sometimes, the visa can extend to this 6 months. Sometimes it can come even in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months. But for us to reduce the pressure, enable us to be successful, imagine we have 20 persons whom we have told that 3 months or 2 months begin to call us. The kind of pressure will be there. That's why we reduce it to 6 months. To 6 months. So that even though the visa comes in 2-3 months, then all of us will be more happy. We don't want to tell you what you want to hear, right? We are being straightforward and telling you the way it is. At this point, it is a decision you are to make. You are the one to make your decision, either to work with our company or not. So you have not made any deposit now, and that's why I'm taking my time to provide these details for you so that you can make better decision, right? Because I know a lot of people must have had different experiences with different persons. I'll tell them 1 month, 2 months, at that nothing happens. We don't want to, tell you that. Now, the total package amount is 8 million for Canada, 8 million naira. And the initial deposit is 1 million naira. So you will pay 1 million naira here before we begin your visa processing. So how it works is, you love to go to Canada and you have seen the requirement, you meet it. Then you visit our office and you love working with us and we love working with you. That means you pass the assessment. So the next thing is for you to make this initial deposit, which means you should be ready to make your initial deposit if you pass the assessment, if you like to work with us. So coming to our office actually is for you to know if you would like to work with us, not that you are not financially ready. That means before coming to our office, before booking an assessment, you should be financially ready. You should have the initial deposit, but your challenge will be to know whether I can work with these people or not. So you're coming there to evaluate us, assess us just the same way we're assessing you. Then if it works well, then you're going to make this deposit. That's why we say here that this 1 million naira is paid after you qualify or pass our physical assessment. Remember, this is a physical assessment, right? Then you make your deposit. Then we'll begin to process your visa and all of that. I will tell you how the step-by-step process will take. Then the repayment abroad, total package is 8 million. You pay 1 million deposit. Then when you travel abroad to Canada and start working, you will repay 7 million naira. And now you may be wondering, how do you repay this 7 million naira? The 7 million naira is repaid in months. So you're the one to choose either in 1 month or in 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 or 6. 6 is actually our official maximum month. So if you choose 6 months, the 7 million naira will be divided into 6, right? So each month you pay a particular amount of money until you finish. But although you can extend your payment, but that's going to be your personal arrangement with the company. 6 months is actually the official arrangement. So that is how it works. So assessment section, it requires that you visit our Lagos office and pass our physical assessment section before making any payment. Please note, do not pay money online to anybody. You must visit our office pass your physical assessment, receive your assessment result in your email. In that email, you'll be told how to make your payment. So do not make payment online to anybody. A lot of persons may use this video, or a lot of persons may want you to send money to them, either through whatever means. So do not do that. You will receive how to make your payment or the account details on the email sent to you through our email address. So what are the requirements? The requirements are passport data page. Your passport data page is what we need. We need your visa, your CV. We need your passport photo. We need your standing picture. We will explain more on this when you pass your assessment. So these are the 4 things you need, and these things will be required when you pass the assessment, not now. And if you look at here, see, this price, this total package is subject to change at any time. So it does not remain here. Just as the price of things are going on, dollars are changing. That is how it changed. So we will give you time period in which, if you pass your assessment, it will take you to pay. So if you don't pay within that period, the price may change or not. You'll get more details on that later on. So this is how Canada partial work visa sponsorship details. This is the details, right? You have seen it. After looking at it, you now know whether you are qualified for the Canada itself or not. So the second stage of qualification now is the assessment. So if you meet all the requirements here, that means you're looking forward for the assessment. You book an assessment to visit our office. Then you assess us, we assess you. If you pass, then you pay your initial deposit, we start processing your visa and things like that. But if you don't pass, that will be the end of it. So I'm going to show you also Australia work visa sponsorship. It takes the same process also. So here we're going to take care of your 5 years work visa also for the Australia, flight ticket, airport pickup, accommodations, job placement, and documentation. And I will explain to you all of these things. You see that when you make your initial deposit cannot be able to take this thing, cannot be able to fund these services, right? So we are contributing our own money to fund these services for you to get there and now repay us. That is the reason why we want to see you. We want to know whom we are sponsoring. We want to know the kind of person. Is this person the kind of person we would like to work with? And things like that. And so because you are going to make initial deposit, you also need to come. I know you want to see us. You cannot just be online and make your deposit. You still want to know where we are, who we are, and things like that, and ask other questions. So here you have available jobs. You have caregiver, system analyst, website design, sales assistant, and other things. If you look at it here, you can pause this video to look at the job list. And if your job is not here, you can list 3 different menial jobs you can handle. I told you how you can list that. It's when you're booking your appointment, then there's a place where you list 3 different jobs you can handle. That's the job we use to process your visa. I will explain to you later on. So here we have salary. The salary, I will explain to you how it works. Is dependent on the type of job you do, your skill, experience, and how many hours you work per day. So that is how that works. So you cannot be here and say, this is how much I want to receive, this and things like that. There's no way. Even in Nigeria, you can't do that, right? Processing time also is 4 to 6 months. As I mentioned, I'll give you a reason why it is 4 to 6 months. The total package amount for Australia is 7 million. Canada is 8 million. Australia is 7 million. Initial deposit is also 1 million. And it is paid before visa processing. That means you pay it before we start processing your visa, but you must qualify. You must pass our physical assessment section. That means visiting our office, as I mentioned before. The repayment abroad is 6 million. Total package is 7 million. You pay initial deposit if you pass our assessment, and you repay 6 million naira when you're working in Australia. I've told you how to do that. This is 6 months. 6-month duration is divided. You can also, ask for extension, but that is going to be personal arrangement. You must visit our office for an assessment. It is mandatory. If you want us to sponsor you, there's no 2 ways about it. The requirement here is data page of your passport, standing full picture, passport photograph, right? The price to change. That applies to also the third country, which is Luxembourg. You have Luxembourg World Visa partial sponsorship. We have what it covers is also the same thing that the other ones covers. 4 years work visa, flight ticket, airport pickup, accommodations, job placement, and documentation. These are job lists. You can also list your job. I've told you how to do that. 3 jobs you can handle. The salary also is the same in terms of it is not known. It's dependent on the type of work you do, how many hours you can work per day and per week, and other things, factors also. Processing time is also 4 to 6 months, and I've explained to you why it's 4 to 6 months, and also mentioned that it can be reduced, but this is how it is to enable us to be successful. Total package is 7 million, right? 7 million, just the same way Australia. Initial deposit is 1 million, which paid after you must have passed our assessment before visa processing starts. Repayment abroad is 6 million. You are required to visit our office for that. Requirement also is the same: data page, standing full picture, passport photograph. The fourth one is Ireland. Ireland work visa sponsorship. Here you have, we take care of the same thing also: visa, flight ticket, job placement, accommodation, airport pickup is included also, documentation, and things like that. So available jobs here, there's no job listed. What this means is that you're going to list 3 different menial or unskilled jobs you can handle. So you're going to list 3 different jobs you can handle, and you list that when you're filling your assessment form. The salary, because the job is not listed also, is dependent on the type of job, how long you work, and things like that. Total package is 7 million, just the same way of Australia. You pay 1 million naira initial deposit, and this is paid before visa processing starts, but you must pass your assessment. That means you have to visit our office to pass your assessment before. Your repayment abroad when you start working in Ireland is 6 million, and I've told you how that works. Processing time is the same, 4 to 6 months. The requirement here is passport, data page, full white background standing picture, passport photograph, and all of that. So Croatia is a country in Europe. It's an European country. We also take care of 2 years work visa with PR, permanent resident, for Croatia. So this one now comes with PR, right? But it's 2 years. Flight ticket, airport pickup, job placement, accommodations, and documentation. These are different jobs that are available for Croatia. You can also list 3 different menial jobs you can handle. I've told you how to do that when you're booking an assessment. The salary also is dependent on how many hours you can work, your skill, the type of job you do, and other factors, the company you're working with. The initial deposit for Croatia is 700,000 naira. Other ones were 1 million. This one is 700,000 naira, right? And it is paid before visa processing starts or begins, only when you qualify or pass your assessment section, physical assessment section. So when you get to Croatia and start working, you have 4.3 million to repay. So that 4.3 million is divided into 6 months. In each month you pay a particular amount of money. You can extend it. That's going to be personal arrangement. I have 3 processing time. 4 to 6 month processing time. You are required to visit our Lagos office for that. Your CV is the requirement. Data page passport is the requirement. Standing full picture, passport photo. So these are the different countries will provide partial or half work visa sponsorship. There's a lot of countries in the world, but we have chosen this one because these ones will have success rate on it. So that's why we concentrate on this. If you bring other countries for us to sponsor you, we may not be able to sponsor you because we cannot guarantee you visa on it, right? So this is the country that we provide. Now, I would like to answer some of your questions. I know you may have some series of questions going through your mind. I will provide answer to some of the questions that people have been asking us for a long time, so that you can make better decision and to make your know whether you are to work with us or not. Now, one of the questions that comes to your mind is, how do you qualify for our partial work visa sponsorship program? I've mentioned before that there are two stages of qualification. First, you have to look at the country if you are qualified, right? Then, if you are qualified, the next stage is to book an appointment to visit our office for a physical assessment. Then, when you visit our office, we'll be able to know if you qualify. We are going to assess you, ask you questions, look at your physical person, your responses, to know if you are the kind of person we would like to sponsor abroad. Because not everybody that will just come with sponsor abroad. We have requirement and criteria. So that is how it works. Now, another question may go through your mind is, why must you come for a physical assessment section to our office? Can't it be done online? I think I've given you a reason why. I'm sure if you also want to travel and want to make initial deposit, you will not just want to sit down in your house and send money to us. So we should start based on the way they come. You would like to come to our office. I've encouraged you, even you're coming, you can come with your lawyer or somebody else, right? We also want to see you in person. We want to know who are we sponsoring. Want to see you, want to assess you, then to know if you are the type of person we're going to work with. That's the reason why. Now, the question that may come to your mind again is, how do you visit our office for a physical assessment section? And where is our office located? Or check on the comment section. Check on the comment section for a link to book an appointment. You book an appointment, that's how to come. Then you schedule the day you'll be available to come. Make sure that is the day you'll be available. Then you come to our office on the address showing on the screen here, right? And what do I need to bring to the assessment section? You're actually not bringing anything apart from your passport, hard copy passport. You may bring it. That's what we actually need. Everything is stated on the assessment form. So if you are booking the assessment form, you are going to see what you have to bring, the assessment. But I'm sure we do require evidence that shows that you are ready. Because at this point, we know that you love to travel to a particular country. Now you have gathered information here. What you are coming to our office to do is to know if you can trust us with your money, if you can work with us. So before leaving your house, coming to our office means that you are financially ready. That means money is not the issue now. What is the issue is whether I can deposit my money with these people. So that's what you're coming to do. And at the same time, we are going to look at if you are the kind of person who also deposit our money on. That means before coming, you must have made that decision. That's why I'm taking my time to provide you these details. The next question is, what happens if I do not qualify from the assessment section? If you do not qualify from the assessment section, that is the end of it. So that means we cannot work with you. Even though you have your money, your initial deposit to make, we cannot work with you. We don't believe in you, right? All the reasons. But if you qualify, you're going to get an email. You're going to get an email telling you the next thing to do. So the next thing to do when you qualify is to make your initial deposit. And you're filling the assessment form. You're going to choose the day. So if you qualify, you make your initial deposit. If you do not qualify, that is the end of it. You go your way, we go our way. Because before the assessment, you have not made any deposit. You're not making any deposit. And do not make any deposit to anybody. Now, the next question is, how do I know you are genuine? How do you know whether we are genuine, our company? I think that answer, it relies on you. You are the one to answer this, right? That's why I've taken time to provide these details, even on this long video, for you to make better decision. You may not hardly see people who provide you this kind of details, right? So whether we are genuine or not, it's not the answer for me to give you. But if you ask me direct, I will say we are genuine, and we are genuine. And you can perceive that based on the way the whole thing is set up. But you also can verify that. That's the reason why you are coming to our office. That is the reason why you are watching this video. And you must have had experiences with friends or people, travel agents, and all of that. So with what we are saying, you can make judgment, you can make decisions. So make that decision. If somebody is a thief or somebody is holding counterfeit money, fake money, you're asking the person, is it this money fake? Are you genuine? You don't expect the person to say no. It is for you to answer the question, to know whether that person is genuine or not, or find out. So we left that for you. But if you ask us, we are genuine. So the next question is what is our success rate for our visa process? What is our success rate? Our success rate is 95%. That's why we concentrate on those countries, right? We have used that method to improve our success rate. So you don't just say, I want to travel to this place, I want to travel to, we say we can do it. No, we don't do all countries. These are specific countries we do, right? And that's our success rate is high. And again, the way we process our visa makes our success rate high, 90 to 95%. Nothing is 100%. Nothing is perfect. This is how we process our visa. When you come for assessment, you pass our assessment, you make your initial deposit. Then you already listed 3 jobs you can handle when you're booking an appointment. Then we're going to use that 3 jobs with your details now to get a job offer to the country of interest, right? We'll get job offer. When we get job offer, it is that job offer because we have people in those countries. These countries now, we have people who have traveled there and things like that who can help us, and companies that we're working with. When you get the job offer, we're going to use that job offer to apply for a visa for you. So that makes the visa success. So when we get the visa now, then we prepare your flight ticket and all of that, you travel. Then you get there, you start working. That's how it works. Do you understand? So this method makes it easier for us. That's why we say select a country, make initial deposit so that we can use your name and all of that. And we send it, they get job offer for us. They will process your visa and you travel. So that is how it works. Now, what happens if the visa is denied? That may be your next question. Do you have a refund policy? Yes. If your visa is denied, we have a refund policy that covers that. Now, you may also be wondering, do we have testimonials or visa we have processed, or people who talk about testify our traveling, who have traveled abroad? Yes, we have testimonials, but we don't make our testimonials public because they are not public document. We don't show people's visa to people. We don't show people's faces, be advertising people who have traveled. Travel is a private thing. Even some individuals don't allow their family members and even people close to them to know when they are traveling. They just do by sudden and travel abroad, So people will not want us to be showing their faces. Just imagine you now, you travel. I'll begin to fly your visas, your passport around, fly your face, video around. Everybody will show you. It doesn't make sense. It's a private thing. And we sign that private agreement to all our clients, right? To all our applicants. So we don't do that. That's why we don't advertise, and even these things have been compromised. Showing you testimonials does not mean that we are genuine. People who have shown you testimonials and it's not genuine. So that is not a criteria for you to even, it's for you to, close the dots, what I've said, what I've not said, and other things. When you come to the office, you look at these different things, whether we are genuine or not. Look at the process I've put you through, whether we are genuine or not. Now, another question is, can I bring my family members? Or at what point can they join me? Yes, this is a single visa, individuals, right? It is not a family visa, and we don't process family visas. So if you want to bring your family, it is after when you have finished repaying us. Remember, you can even finish repaying us in the first month. Even here in Nigeria, some people have money, just want to know the right company to work with. When their visa comes out, everything is ready, they can just repay. So when you finish repaying us, you can carry even your village people to wherever you are. Right? So that is how it works. We don't sponsor children because they cannot work and repay us. So we cannot go and stock our money. We don't sponsor people above the working age, right? People above 55, we don't sponsor them. We sponsor people who are healthy, and that's one of the reasons why we say visit our office. We're going to know you, see you, to know if you are the kind of person who can sponsor people who can work and repay us. Now, the next one is, another question is, can I sponsor myself? Yes, you can sponsor yourself. You can pay all your bills. So you now tell us which service do you want us to provide for you? Is it to get work visa for you? Is it to get pay flight ticket for you? Is it to get accommodation? Is it jobs? Which one do you want us to do? Then we will charge you each one to provide that for you. So that is how it works. You can sponsor yourself. And if you are sponsoring yourself, you can also sponsor your family if you want to go along with you, right? But we're sponsoring you. We cannot sponsor your family or sponsor kids. Another question that may come to your mind is, what happens if my visa expires abroad while working? If your visa expires, you have the responsibility to renew your visa. Just as if your passport expires, it is you that will renew your passport. But I'm sure before your visa expires, you must have gathered enough money. If you cannot renew your visa, I don't know what that means. Village people may be disturbing. No. So another question now is, can I pay my initial deposit when the visa is out? Or can you do a block fund? No is the answer. You cannot pay when the visa is out. We cannot just know you from nowhere, from online. You come for assessment and no deposit, no commitment to begin to process visa. That means the whole 208 something million Nigerians want us to do that. Everyone wants us to do that. I know it's not possible. So we cannot process visa, provide our services on a zero deposit. For block fund, we don't do that. If you have a block fund, you can sponsor yourself. If you don't want to use our company, you can use another company, or you can do it yourself. We are still human beings, right? Doing it. So actually you can do it. Watch videos online on how to process visas and not jobs and all of that. You can do it yourself. So this is how our policy, this is how we work. We don't provide services on a zero deposit. Another question is, can I pay when I travel abroad and start working? No is the answer. You cannot. Now the next question is, how do you guarantee me job abroad? How do we guarantee you job abroad? Okay, look at it this way. You made the initial deposit. Then we got a visa for you, flight ticket, accommodation, travel abroad. Do you think we want our money to just go like that? It is when you work that you'll be able to repay us. So we are interested in that repayment. That is the main reason why we say even visit our office, to make sure that you are the type of person that can repay us. Right? So the job is guaranteed. In some cases, we give applicant 2 to 3 jobs. And that depends on what they can handle, how strong, how active they are. Right? So job, you know that job is no issue abroad. The thing is for you to get there, which we have provided this sponsorship now, partial sponsorship to get you there. So the next question is, what if I don't have money, but I want to travel abroad? Can you sponsor me with zero deposit? I have mentioned it before. No is the answer. So I've answered a whole lot of questions for you. I know some of this question has been in your mind, and I've sat down to answer it. All you need to do is pause, listen again, watch again, and make better decision. Now, the question is, how do you get started now? You're good. How do you get started now? The first thing you do is book an assessment section. Book for a physical assessment section. So check the comment section of this video for a link to book an assessment section. If you check the comment section, you see a link to book for an assessment session. You feed your details, and the day you'll be available to visit our office for a physical assessment. The second thing is your assessment form. When you click the link, it will take you to the assessment form. Please take your time to go through the assessment form very well before filling it. Do not fill in any false information, because if you fill in any false information, that may lead to your disqualification immediately. So make sure that what you're filling there is not false, it is right. The third thing is assessment section. So after filling, make sure that the day you fill is the day you're going to be available. Try your best, because if you don't come, that may disqualify you. It means that you cannot keep to agreement. We cannot even trust you. Common assessment, you cannot come, right? So visit our office for a physical assessment session and meet our requirement and criteria. When you are past your assessment section, the next thing now is for us to send you, the next stage is for you to make your initial deposit and we'll start your visa processing. That is how it works. So another thing you have to do is to subscribe our YouTube channel. This channel now, subscribe the YouTube channel so that you can be able to get our daily updates on visa sponsorship. So if there's any changes in any of these things I've said, we're going to publish it on our YouTube channel and you will get alert and be able to know. So if there's price changes, if we add different countries and different things, I wish you success in your travel journey and looking forward to seeing you during your physical assessment session. I wish you success. Disclaimer: never send money to anyone online in our name unless you have visited our office and passed our physical assessment section.